go. You guys out there or what? I'll just sit here saying, are you out there until you're out there? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, they're out there.
Are they out there or?
Is there anybody out there?
Hello? Okay, still saying sending data to Twitch, but I don't think that's right. I think Twitch is like the one that like hops on first.
Well, I'll go see.
Okay, I got it pulled up right here. Yeah, Twitch is on, but
Yeah, no one says that.
through Restream, it's always like sending data forever, but it's on.
We ain't even worried about none of that.
Okay. You guys ready? Let's do this. All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Infinity Times Infinity Studios. I am Master Phil, and today we are talking about lighting, little tiny lighting, right, Dan?
Little tiny lighting with a big heart. The little light with a big heart.
This little light kit, the Lume Cubes. These things are fun, right, Dan?
Yeah, man. I mean, they are hot shoe mount lights. It's with a single LED in it, but it's got this crazy reflector in it. It looks like some kind of sci-fi flashlight on the inside.
Yeah.
But the main thing is it's magnetic, and it's got these filters that you magnetically connect to it.
Yeah, that's the coolest part, is that you have this little light set with little filters, you know, that you can just mess around with all day. It's great. You can have your and what's cool is that they can dim and brighten. You know, you have basically four presses of a button for the brightness, right?
Yeah. There's 4 levels of button push brightness. I think there's also a slider probably in the app.
Right.
But the app is experimental whenever I went to download it, so, you know, who knows if it would actually work anyway.
The app is in beta, so maybe not, you know? You guys?
Well, we're filming with the phone that I would be using to connect to it, so.
Right.
Hey, phone.
Of course, we're using the Sling Studio, like usual, okay? We got the A7 III going, we've got all of our fun shit going on.
Yeah, we've got this happening.
The second thing that we're going to talk about is the Alctron PF8, right?
Yes.
PF standing for punch fuck.
Yeah, pimp fist. It's the pimp fist.
Yeah, that came straight from the vendor.
Yeah, we didn't make the PF8 part up.
We didn't make that shit up, okay? That's real shit.
It's really the real.
I mean, that's for the OGs right there.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I think I'm a little quiet. Maybe that should be a little better.
Okay.
I regained everything this week, so we're probably quieter than we were. We're going to look at... Yeah, we still got 2 decibels of gain off the compressor, so...
All right,
we got the LA2A style compressor going this week. Let's see. I guess I could grab the camera and show you.
Do you guys know what the LA2A is? That's so LA.
Yeah, you know, it's more LA than 2A. You know?
So Dan's got the A7 III set up on a shot of him like overlooking the control board. This is an awesome shot here.
Right here.
Yeah. So this is my control board right here.
Still life of I need an action. Bumping the mic with my headphones. Not talking into the mic, saying stuff over there where they can't hear me.
Oh yeah. So if you look in the top right quadrant, you'll see the Alctron PF8.
Yeah, this right here. Behind my hand that's moving. This is the Alctron. It's foam with a windscreen on it, so I don't know if you can catch this. Let me put that in the live. So this part right here is the windscreen part. That's what's normally in front of all microphones, the round thing. The round black thing that you always see in front of microphones.
You would call it a pop filter, if you want to, pop filter or something. It's almost like having the freaking I'm calling it a camera, but it's a microphone. The microphone encompassed like with foam, and then you have a pop filter right in front of it. You know. So all those cool people in these videos with pop filters, like there's one right here. microphone with a pop filter right in front of me, out of the frame.
Pop.
Yeah, pop.
It's popping. What's popping, y'all?
Yeah.
The pop filter.
And so when you're spitting on the microphone, you know that spit doesn't land directly on the microphone and make a noise.
Yeah, it pops. It makes a bad sound. It's called a plosive for all you tech sound people out there. The sounds that a beat box makes are basically all plosives. All that.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for the spit screen.
Yeah, they call it a spit screen because it probably does capture some spittle from the performer.
Right, you gotta protect your microphones, okay? How much you spending on these microphones? I mean...
Yeah, you'd rather some foam be spit on than your $1,000 microphone capsule. So,
right.
You know, that's a good reason to have this thing in front of your microphone in the first place.
Yeah, and that thing looks like it protects the whole microphone. Like you drop that thing.
Yeah, this thing is like a shock-resistant microphone now, you know? Not just the shock mount, but the whole... Oh, it sounds like a bass when I touch it. You hear that? Oh, you don't.
I don't hear that.
You don't have the headphones on.
No.
There's a boo, 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 a rumble happening. And I think the whole thing in general is capturing a more proximity effect when I get closer to the mic, because there's a chamber in there with foam all around it. So yeah, you can connect to the computer and you can hear a delayed sound, or you could connect here to the mixer and hear the current sound that I'm hearing that's being fed into the feed. So that's another way we could do it. But it sounds good through that, right?
I'm kind of hearing like an echo or something going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
Oh,
Wait,
I think
are one of the camera line ends on? It might be my phone, like from...
let's see.
Let me look at it.
Oh yeah, it sure is.
Sure is. Okay, cool.
Your phone was on.
All right, my phone was on. So everybody, with the Sling Studio, I connected my phone later, okay? So that's why we were getting an echo.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we're good now. So that's cool.
And that's why it's good to monitor shit.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. Sweet.
So that probably got everything starting from our intro into an echo state.
Yeah.
So what's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
Let's
do it again.
Time for Infinity Times Infinity Studios take 2 of a live feed.
Take 2.
You can do that, right?
Yeah.
I think we could just take 2.
Sure,
probably.
sure.
We'll just cut everything until now.
Yeah. Let's just run the intro. I don't know what the intro is going to be, but we can just run the intro.
Yeah, and it's you with a Naruto run dab going.
From my chair. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not being a good director either. I've just left us in all 4 screens since the beginning.
It's the best and easiest shot. The viewer can pick which screen to look at, right?
Well, it gives you just the most interesting mix, right? I mean, one view is just a one view.
Right.
Why not have 4 view?
Exactly. Why not have all the views going on?
Yeah, they all look pretty good to me.
Yeah.
I'd say that the A7 is probably still the most washed out. I think your camera actually is the most color now. Well, I don't know. Your phone and your camera look really similar, actually. And my phone and my camera look really similar. So we're doing well.
All right, I'm going to give a shout out to the Dark One Ray, who is now following us, which is awesome.
Yes, thanks for the follow.
Yep, the Dark One.
Hopefully now it's worth following now that the echo is probably gone.
Yay! Yay, followers. Should click on some stuff. I think that's how it works, right?
Yes, we have stuff to click on. Click on that stuff like this.
Like when you're in the interfaces that you like to use, like the Twitch, the YouTubes. I mean, click that like button, I guess. Like, tweet if you're on Twitter, then flap your wings. I don't know what you do, but
yeah, there's something about birds or tweeting sounds or I don't know. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Cardi B it up.
the Cardi. Yeah, exactly. I'm Philip B.
Yes.
And that's Cardi B.
Yeah, you're Billy B.
We're like basically related. I mean,
Yeah. You're like Cardi's little brother Billy.
Billy B.
Yeah.
Billy B. Exactly.
Yeah, you're
That's
Billy
it.
B.
Yeah. So I'm Filipino, so Billy B. You know?
Everyone in Philippines say the same thing
The
for B, and
Philippines.
B all the
Okay.
time is B.
Billy
The same
B.
thing, B, like B.
Billy B. Okay. You know, like peck peck, right?
You know, like backpack. You like backpack?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do some stuff with Lume Cubes. Okay. What are we gonna do with Lume Cubes today?
Well, I can stick out my arm, and you can probably see some of it in the frame on my hand. But it's kind of key lighting me, kind of up top lighting me a little bit because there's no above me light right here. So I can probably just grab it. Let's see.
Okay. He's gonna grab it, and I'm gonna karate chop the cameras. Left, right, left, right. Actually, this is right. This is left. But I'm hitting you with my left hand whenever I'm going to the right. You see how that is? It's a cross chop. Okay? Cross chop. You see this?
Cool.
Whenever you come here, fist of fury.
Cross
Okay.
chopped.
Yeah. Okay. So check
here's
this
some
out.
light that we have coming from this thing. It's it's like a flashlight. If I take the filters off, it's super. Let me just ruin the shot in my cell phone for a second there.
My eyes. It's such a tiny little.
This is the most automatic shot we have, so I'm going to shine it right into it and just ruin your whole shot for a second.
My retinas.
But if you put the warm filter on it, then you're suddenly into this.
It's better, but it's like looking
Still
into the sun,
pretty
man.
white. So then you put the globe on it along with the warm filter. You got
Much
something
better.
like that.
Much
Of course,
more
it still looks
tolerated.
mostly blue in the camera that's auto adjusting for it, but here in the room it looks warm and somewhat brown.
Warm and inviting. Here.
Yeah,
Hand it to me.
yeah,
Let me see.
yeah. We'll put it in that.
Let me see what this
We'll
thing
put it in that little hole and see what it looks like over
What
there.
this thing do? Okay. Let's see. I'm lighting myself.
Yeah.
Okay. Essentially, I'm using a gigantic ass key light, and then this
It's a fill light.
we use for the fill light. So
We're lighting fill.
basically-
We need a fill light.
yeah,
That's what that means.
My name is Phil, and we need a fill light. So basically, what you want to do with a fill light is fill in the shadows. You want the character to have depth. You know, you don't want him to look like a flat piece of crap.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like flatness. I don't know. Like if you light yourself and you just look like flat, like there's a flat white wall behind you, and then you're shooting yourself and there's no shadows or anything like that, you know? Like this allows you to put a light anywhere you want and then fill your lighting scenes with it, which is great. You know, like I can put this anywhere. Look at this suction cup mount. It's GoPro style. I mean, imagine using this with a GoPro, right? That is cool. So yeah, you can see that. I mean, it's pretty white looking, but it's matched to the tungsten lighting in the studio. So this is actually what are the settings on this, Dan?
Well, this is the lowest, the first button, so it's got a lot more brightness to it before it goes off. So
Nice.
that's extremely bright. Of course, you can't really tell exactly how bright with our automatic camera, compensating for it constantly, but yeah, I mean, it's lighting like a whole room over there, kind of.
I'm looking at the zebra bars on the A7 III. And
Yeah,
it's
they're
like,
having problems. Luke Skywalker. I'm Skywalking on you, host.
So where's the second light? Because I want to start playing with the filters. That's
There's
the best
another.
part.
There's another one over there.
Okay.
Yeah, they came. Check this out, y'all. They came 2 of these in a package. Okay. 2 of these lights in a case that he's bringing to the camera now.
That I'm now showing.
Along with a couple of suction cups like that. And
See,
I
and the
added
case fits well under your chin. See this?
That's how you put it under your chin, right there.
If you're lighting a scene and I mean you really need some stuff, you just get the case like this. See that? Okay.
Yeah. So now that he's in the full frame, we'll just have him talk about it.
Ba-bam. Okay, so this is what it starts out with. It's so bright. It's bright.
Very LED at first, despite the fact that in the middle of it looks yellow, like it would be something other than blue. It's still pretty dang blue at the beginning.
Yeah. It was a dark and scary night. You see this, guys? Like, this is like some harsh lighting, bro. Like, the first one is so bright. It's super bright. But check out all of these filters that they put in here for both lights. They put a whole stack of filters in here just for you lighting dudes out there that are just like, oh, okay. I get to play with a bunch of filters on a tiny little light. It's like a little tiny set. It's like a little tiny movie set with lights. Okay, guys? So this is warm level 1. It's not very warm to me. What do you think, Dan? Is it?
Yeah, it's still white. I mean, it's white, you know. Like warm level 1 isn't really doing much is what we notice about these filters.
Yeah.
But we get 2 warm level 4s and 2 warm level 1s. So I think the theory must be if you want something warmer than a 4, but not a double 4, you could add a 1 to a 4.
Right? And then you get 5.
Then you get 5 worms. That's exactly how many worms then you would have.
Yeah, and these are measured in worms, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so you worms? Along with the worms, you get a diffusion, strong, or what, mild sauce?
I think it does say mild. It says it might say mild and strong.
It might say mild? Is that like
soft? It probably says soft.
Okay,
strong,
soft.
Right?
Yeah, they should have went with mild. That one says strong. Oh, light.
Diffusion light, of course.
Why would you use light for a light? Come on.
That's a little redundant. I mean, who's your naming guy?
Come on. Use your imagination, guy. Salsa next time. Okay? Alright, so let's do... So I just put the diffusion strong on here. These little things are so much fun to play with, actually. When Dan pulled this out the first time yesterday, I was like, whoa, that's cool. And I started playing with it. I literally thought that these things were going to be like, you know, maybe like barely an LED. These things are bright as hell, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've seen all kinds of LED gadgets that, I mean, some of them are really not very bright.
Right.
And, you know, at the same time, you know the potential of LED to go extremely bright in the most expensive iteration and calibration that they can make an LED into.
Yeah, for sure. Like, LED can go so bright. But when you're buying like an LED panel, you gotta think about, do you want it to be bicolor or not? Because the bicolor ones, what they do is they split up the LEDs into warm and blue. So you're not going to get the same amount of brightness of just getting a complete daylight balanced set. So, which makes sense because you're using half and half. And another option that you want to think about is, do you want it to dim or not? Dimming is the best, but there are some dimmers that only go down to, say, 15%. You know, they're not going to go all the way down to 0 sometimes.
That's one of the things about this Lume Cube Air. The first click is 25%.
Yeah.
So in order to get lower than that, I think you would need to go with the app.
Okay. Yes.
However, in practice, most likely 25% won't be too much, right? Like the one I'm using here is on 25%, and it's definitely not too much. It's barely doing anything, really.
Yeah. Pretty much the whole episode, I'm just gonna be shining lights in my face. Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? I think that's what people want to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Here, we'll go to a 4-way of it, so at least they can look at me. I mean,
4-way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So this 4-way is actually interesting. I could see what's going on with my lighting. Well, the lighting's to Crazma because I didn't set it up or whatever, but it looks pretty darn good, especially with this diffusion globe.
Yeah.
I think the diffusion globe, we came to an agreement that the diffusion globe is our favorite, I think.
Yeah, you got to have some warm under there, or else it doesn't really do much anything that's not unpleasant. But as soon as you get some warm in there, it looks good, I must say.
For sure. And in certain situations, obviously, you want to go warm whenever they're mostly tungsten lights, and then daylight. Obviously, you'd want to go bluer. This is awesome, though. Like, these little things can go anywhere.
Yeah, it would be useful as a fill light on top of your camera while you're shooting video out in nature or something like that. If you have a shadowy environment and you need a fill light for your subject that you want to keep on your camera, the thing mounts on your hot shoe on your camera. So
yeah, and you can basically set these anywhere. You know, like
they're very versatile. They're like a GoPro. They're like the GoPro of lighting, right? Because you can just set it wherever you want it. You can put it on its little mount with a suction cup, and I have a little extender arm that I bought with it. That, yeah, I mean, it makes it so that it's mountable almost anywhere, and you can do whatever you want with it.
And that's what she said.
Yeah, that's always what I like to hear.
Okay.
That's my preferred response.
Okay.
You can do whatever you want with it. Oh, okay. Yes, I will.
Okay, and at the very least, they work great as a pocket flashlight pair, right?
Yeah, a pocket flashlight. Well, if you need like a flashlight that will blind somebody that's 50 feet away, then you could probably use this as that.
Well, basically, if you're out in the woods and you want to like put a deer in headlights,
yeah,
you can do it.
Exactly. You don't have your car, but you need that deer in headlights look from your deer.
Right.
Well, here you go.
Or maybe there's a bear that's coming to get you, and you just need to blind them for a second to get away.
Yeah, it's a ninja. It's a stealth ninja tactic that we're going to use for avoiding bear attacks.
Yeah, for sure.
It's the most realistic, obviously, the most realistic application of the light.
Okay. Yeah, I was just shining this directly into the C100, and I'm getting these like amazing lens flares as I like.
Yeah,
spin it
I saw
around.
a little bit of a something popping.
Did you?
Yeah, not on the screen. You can't really see it as much on the screen, but on the broadcast, you were seeing crazy lens flares. They're beautiful.
Oh yeah.
I love me some lens flares. Everybody's all down on lens flares. I'm like, what?
Why?
That's the best thing about it.
So much fun.
It looks beautiful.
All right. So, like, anything else about these Lume Cubes that you can think of, Dan? What are these, man? I know that they go on the nipples.
Yeah, yeah. That's your snoots, man. Uh-oh. We lost your iPhone.
The snoogles. Wait, who is calling on my iPhone? Really?
Oh, that's why we lost the video on it, probably.
Lost the feed. So do not look in the bottom right-hand corner.
We'll go preview the program.
Anyway, I have a second camera, so I got backups.
We got to look at his snoot wearing anyway.
Snoot, nipple. Basically, these go on your nipples while you use the Lume Cubes.
Dang.
And it gives you, like, yeah, see? A better, definitely more erect nipples. I think that's what...
The Switch makes it happen.
I think that's what they were going for with these. I mean, In reality, it's more like a focused light, right, Dan? Kind of.
Yeah, well, it makes a circle because it's a circle. So, when you put light through it, there's a circle in the end of it.
Right.
Yeah, you're getting called again, and the video was there for a second, and then it was gone again.
Really?
So while you're getting called, your video is unavailable.
Okay.
I would probably put your phone on Do Not Disturb or something like that.
Airplane mode?
No, you can't use airplane mode because you need Wi-Fi.
Yeah. That's right.
I tried airplane mode last time to minimize battery life, but the best way to minimize battery life is just to turn the phone's screen all the way down brightness.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to use Wi-Fi, and I think Do Not Disturb probably would limit some, and you can turn off the sync, which would limit some data back and forth. Yeah, that thing has been calling for a while there.
So
that's a constant call.
So my boy has been playing video games online with his cousin, and his cousin will call back like countless times.
Ah, yes.
Until Leo goes over there and picks it up.
Oh, you're there for a second again. Oh, yeah, almost there.
But
no, it's happening again.
Great. He will keep calling until Leo picks up.
Wow.
And so it's like a nonstop, not ever going. Yeah. See, this is not even really okay. All right.
Oh man, we're letting them behind the curtain. Now they see your wire on your phone.
Yeah, I got a wire on my phone. I got this whole motherfucker wired up.
Oh, they saw the wire anyway in the shot. It's just that they didn't know quite what it was until now.
Okay, let me see if I can do this here. Settings.
So yeah, yeah.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, that could work.
This? Oh, I can't. Okay. Alerts. What do I do? Opening text tone.
Here, let me do a
okay.
Screen.
So anyway, I don't know. The heck. Okay. Anyway. Logan has stopped calling, finally.
Are you sure?
What is up? I can't actually do anything with this thing on here. But I'm trying to turn the sounds down. I'll try to do shit on my phone when it doesn't want to do shit that I say. Okay, guys?
That's cool. I think that's like interesting content for a stream, right?
Yeah, so that's important. Is like if your phones are hooked up to the Sling Studio and you're doing a multicam stream, you want to make sure that the notifications are turned off. Not in airplane mode, because then you wouldn't be connected to the Sling Studio, which Dan said earlier. So, which is awesome. Okay, so you're using the Sling Studio. Remember, turn off the notifications, and remember to check the audio preview, because those phones, whenever they come in, their line in is usually on, right? Or is it line out? Line out? I don't know. What does it say on the preview, on the audio settings up there? It's line. Or is it not line?
Yeah, it is. It is a line. It says line in. Audio line in.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So line in. Just check it. The bars, the bars are on whenever they're orange. Okay. So let's go on to our next thing here, which is the Alctron PF8, right? Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Keeping your pimp hand strong with the pimp fist.
And this is straight from Alctron themselves. They said, make sure you put in the punch fist, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, they need a punch fist.
Yeah, punch fist.
Punch fist is what they need.
So, all right. So what do we got here, Dan? What is this thing, and why is it so awesome? Or is it not awesome?
I don't know. I think the jury's still out on that. It seems to me to be sound foam with a cylindrical hole bored out of it for your microphone with a pop filter attached to the front of it. So it's effectively encasing your entire microphone with sound foam apart from the opening where you're speaking through and your pop filter is.
Cool. So if you guys are out there are watching and you're hearing what he sounds like, if it's good, give us a thumbs up, right? If it sounds like doo-doo, then give me poop emoji, okay? But I think that whatever I was hearing earlier sounded good. What do you think, Dan? So far, we can't hear what the stream is sounding like, but what do you think so far out of the monitor?
Oh, let me add a little gain to it here.
Okay.
Now it's getting loud. I can start hearing my mouth sounds. That's pretty gross. Maybe I'll turn my gate back on. There we go. Now you don't hear it until I'm talking. Yes. Well, I mean, it sounds good. It sounds a little bit like it sounds a little constricted.
A little bit claustrophobic.
Well, it's that I feel like I can hear the shape of it because there's a. It sounds a little bit like there's a an opening that I'm speaking into, kind of like talking into a tube. Even though it's sound foam, I think that there's going to be some reflective component to the absorptive material.
Right. So what he's saying is like well, basically what I'm understanding is that for certain situations it would be pretty much better than whatever you would have if you had a lot of sounds going on in your room, right?
I'm almost sure that it would be better than 90% of rooms out there.
Yeah.
Because what's going to come into the microphone from the room isn't going to be good most of the time. If you don't have treatment in the right places, you're going to have some problems.
Right. And naturally, people live in areas where they could have loud noises like right outside of their house, like highway where cars are going by or something like that, you know, or you're recording drums and you need the just the vocals and not all of the external sounds bleeding into your microphone, right?
Well, haven't really thought about that. I mean, usually you would want isolation from a microphone's rejection along the sides, right? So a dynamic microphone is a good choice because it's not trying to get the whole room. It's just trying to get a little spot in front of it. So
right.
Everything else it doesn't really care about. This thing right here is trying to get the whole room.
Right.
So this is effectively making this more like a dynamic microphone, I think I might say.
Okay.
Right? Because
that makes sense.
But still, you know, you don't have off-axis rejection really, because I'm talking over here. Well, it is pretty much gone from over here, isn't it? So it's only once I start getting in front of yeah, actually it is.
Yeah.
So once I start getting in front of the pop filter that you can even hear me.
Right.
As I'm going around it, you can hear more or less evenly as I'm all the way over to the side before it starts going away again when I'm over to the side of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely
it's doing its job. It's doing its job of noise rejection.
Yeah.
But it's also changing the way the microphone sounds fundamentally.
Right. It kind of like turns it into a different shape, a different feel. I mean,
yeah. You know, between a cardioid shape, which is a heart shape, thus the term cardioid, and like a supercardioid shape, which is a tighter heart shape, what you have is more of a focused sound field. So in the same way that that's more focused, there's an analog to this being more It doesn't really sound more focused is the thing.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's encapsulated part way.
Right.
Like it's being into a tube. Like if I was to cup my hands and speak like this.
Right.
You know, it sounds kind of more like a megaphone the more and more I do this.
Right. And so that's what it's sounding like to you.
Just a little bit. There's a little hint of it that let's see. I'll mute it and pull it off.
Yeah. What microphone is that?
This is the Warm Audio WA47 Junior.
Okay.
This is a very similar mic to the other Warm Audio mic that we've shown in previous streams, the 87.
The one that I was playing guitar into?
Yeah, that's a Neumann. Oh, here, let's see.
Neumann?
What happened to our fourth camera? Can you get that rolling again so we can do quad mode?
Oh, yeah. That would be helpful.
Okay,
hold on. Give me a sec.
Yeah, it won't take but a second. We're patient.
We are patient people here.
We're patient on this stream. Wow, it got a lot quieter in here. The AC or something turned off.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, that's another thing. Is that basically if you live in the very, very deep south and it's hot and you don't want to turn your AC off, maybe these things could work, right? I mean,
well, that is one thing. That's true. I'm using a gate on our microphone, so we have some computer rumble that we're already kind of canceling with gate. And I think I turned the gate off on mine. Yeah, there's no gate on over here. So we're just getting the whole room.
Right.
And this thing is sounding real clean. There's no hiss like it was coming from the other mic.
Right.
So, yeah. When we were speaking of warm with lighting, there's warm with audio too. It's warm audio. It's a company out of right here in beautiful Austin, Texas. They're making a lot of gear that's affordable, that's still using the same components or the same spec as the gear that they're modeled after. So this is not quite that way. This is more like a take for their 47 take, because Neumann made a U87, right, for the WA87. Well, they also made a U67 and a U47. And the U47 is the biggest diameter of capsule of those three, and it's also a tube microphone. So this is not a tube microphone. It is a FET, a field effect transistor microphone, or a field effect transformer, rather. Okay. So it has a transformer in it, and instead of a tube mic, it's emulating a tube mic sound in a way. Okay. But I quite like the sound of it. They got good reviews for a reason. It's not a 47. It's not to be compared to something like that. That would be like a pretty absurd thing to do. What you should compare it to is other mics that cost around the same amount of money that it does. Yeah. And when you do that, it's legit as it gets, man.
It's like the best in its class.
I don't know. I don't want to think it's the best in its class. I just know it's good.
It's just good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I turned it a little bit here. Hold on a second.
It sounds like they have a good company going on there, and I like the name of the company, Warm Audio, which is what you're looking for. I'm sure that's what they're going for with the tube being in there, is that they're going for that warmer.
That's right. Yep. Tubes create the warmth, the sound. Everybody who's talking about a sound of warmth, they're referring to tube sound.
Right. So in a microphone like this, would you have to like replace the tubes and stuff like that? Like, would that possibly go out, and can you replace the tubes, or is it just how does that work?
The way this one works is that there's no tubes.
Yeah, there is no spoon. So
yeah, I'm not sure exactly what that means, but this microphone works without a tube, so that's why it's not to be compared to ones that actually do have a tube.
Okay.
You know, I have a professional audio lover brother-in-law, and he taught me a lot about this recording business and the recording technical aspects and artistic aspects of mixing and recording as well. And his favorite mic that he ever had was a Rode NT1. No, the Rode NTK. The Rode NT1 is the commonly used Rode mic that has really low self-noise, so it's kind of a cool option for a lot of things if you want.
Right. He was recently asking me about the VidMic Pro versus the VidMic Pro Plus.
Mm-hmm.
He's thinking about getting one of the two. I'm thinking that he wants to go out in the field and just record some sounds with it, you know, like he was asking me about grips and like mounts for like different microphones. I guess he's gonna use his Zoom or whatever, and then
with the shotgun mic.
With a shotgun mic. So
okay, well that's cool. I don't know what the difference is between the VidMic Pro and the other VidMic.
What, the VidMic Pro Plus or whatever is like.
I know there's a VidMic with no phantom power, but that's not the Pro Plus.
Yeah.
So the Pro Plus must be something I'm not familiar with.
So it's new, so I didn't know what to tell him, you know, because like I like the one that we got is the VidMic Pro, right? It's the $200 range one.
Yep.
The Pro Plus is $300.
Yeah.
You know,
so it must be something better about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is though.
It's kind of hard to upgrade that one because that one was such a good microphone for a long time. I mean,
yeah, that thing is, you know, you're going to get good audio out of that.
Yeah, for sure. It's like going from the NTG1 to the 3, right? Like, I mean, they're
right. Yeah, I mean, Rode has the NT1, the NT2, and the NTK, and some other NT models as well.
Yeah.
But the NTK is the tube Rode mic. You know, it's not the same. It's not the same capsule as the NT1 with a tube necessarily, but it's, you know, it's a lot like that in terms of whatever the levels are for difference. Rode has a bunch of microphones like that. They have small diaphragm condenser pairs that start at like a couple $100 for their pair of them, and then they make another couple pairs, then the tops pairs are more like $1,000 for the pair.
Right.
And they're really good. You know, each choice is good in its own right.
Yeah.
But you know, with me, what I'm looking for often is a sound that sounds without a lot of noise and with a little bit of character. You know, I'm not looking for something really crazy because then it's limited use, right? The more color it has, the more specialized it is.
Right.
So if you had a mic that sounded really great for an acoustic guitar, that wouldn't necessarily be your vocal mic as well, right? So,
right.
You know, everything you use it for has probably a really good choice of a mic that you could use.
Right.
You know, so but this thing, man, it's sounds pretty darn good. Okay, now let's go right back to having this thing back on it and see if it sounds much different.
Let's see if you guys can hear the difference.
Yeah, there we go. So that's definitely drier. I mean, there's no question about it. It sounds like it reduces the need to have a gate on this microphone. So it's precisely what Master Phil wisely spoke earlier, which is that there's, yeah, you can hear the echo, right? That's you.
I'm listening
That's
to
you.
4 seconds later.
You're hearing echo and echo now.
Yeah.
But sorry, y'all. Master Phil is mesmerized at the moment again. I'm putting him back on the full screen here. He's checking out the feed, the audio feed. So,
oh, it sounds nice, man.
With the thing on, you didn't hear it without it though.
Yeah, I didn't hear it without it though. Yeah, I need to hear it without it. Let's do that.
Okay. So this is a test. This is a test of the emergency pimp cast system.
Testes.
Testes PF8. Okay, now PF8 removed. Testes. 1, 2, Ds. So yeah, that's definitely a different sound. It's not crazy different though. You can just hear more room in it. Actually.
Give me a second.
Yeah, you'll hear it 4 seconds later.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
You can hear a little more room, right?
Huh. It is a different flavor, right? Like huh.
It's not crazy different. The microphone sounds the same mostly.
Yeah.
The difference is like with it on it, there's really no way I can do it while it's on because it'll create a lot of rubbing sounds.
Right.
But I'm going to try to put it on as quickly as possible and then put it right back up. Okay, so here we go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, that just sounds cleaner to me, but it's the same thing, actually. Now that it's back and forth that quickly, I mean, I would have to say that that's super acceptable.
Yeah.
In terms of the sound of a microphone, that right there sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think that, how much did these things cost?
Not a lot. Look one up right now on your computer. We'll see exactly how much.
Let's see here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to ask Google. Alctron PF8 is the first thing that came up in search.
Yep.
Google, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? Let's do Amazon and see what
I think it's from eBay.
Was it eBay?
I think they're basically only
because I saw one from eBay for $33.62.
There you go.
Bam, $33.62.
That's what we did for these.
Wow, it's almost like there's no reason for you not to get something like this just to have it, you know.
Well, you need your pop filter already, right? So
how much is a pop filter normally? I mean,
probably $20.
Right.
So for another $10 or so, you can get what almost could take the place of room treatment. Almost. Mm-hmm. Not really, but
this one would probably not be that great for a gamer, especially if they like to put their microphone in the shot. It would take up it would cover their whole head, right? It would cover their whole face.
Yeah, it's interesting to me that gamers often use large diaphragm condenser mics because they shouldn't be.
Right.
You know, their microphones are picking up their computer, just like yours just was until I turned your gate back on.
Wow, okay.
So, yeah, in the stream, when we're talking about this, we can review this and we'll see that, there was a sound in there, blah, 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 computer sound, and then it was gone.
Mm-hmm. And that, my friends...
Or we won't be able to hear it in the stream, and then I'll know that I can hear more in here than we will actually be printing.
Ah, okay. Right.
Which also would be interesting.
So, anyway, gates are good. Alctron PF8 is good.
Yeah, pimp fist.
I mean, why not get it? It's only $33. Jeez. And it's something that you can use in the studio whenever you got bullshit running around all over the place, okay?
When you got that bullshit running around, you know what I'm talking about?
You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Okay?
Yeah.
If you guys are out there, give us a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about. If not, whatevers. All right?
Then don't give the thumbs up.
Yeah. Just forget about it.
Hey, forget about it, eh?
Okay, so I like this. I like the Alctron. I like the Lume Cube.
Okay.
Is there anything that we over the last week we have not liked? Like something that there was flaw in something that we were using? I don't know.
Yeah. let's see. I was swaying and it was changing the color on my shot from my camera. It was auto compensating.
Right.
Which I haven't noticed that this time. I'm gonna try to sway intentionally.
Yeah.
See what we got.
If you go in and out of the
doesn't
frame.
hurt that way. Let's go this way. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be doing much actually. It's
so like what did we do? We did the touch focus.
Well,
right?
yeah. Also, I didn't turn the middle light up.
So bright, right?
Yeah. So whenever it's being covered up, it's not really changing what the camera's auto settings would want to be, like it was when it was up higher.
Right.
But also, I have a front light this time, ever so dim one, but it is still there.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably exposing for my face more than the background.
Right.
Which, last time without a key light, it wouldn't be doing.
For sure. It definitely helps the camera phone out if there's something that it is focusing on that has a lot of contrast. Right. Like your beard.
Yeah. I mean, look at this thing.
That's why we have beards.
Yeah. I'm the white
it's
James Harden.
Right?
Yeah. Fear the beard. That's a saying. Orale.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man.
It's good to have beards.
I mean, me and James Harden.
Yeah.
Not James Holler. James Holler shaved his off. He's just got the white trash mustache.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. Like he looks. I mean, he has a setup where he looks like Tiger King. He just photoshopped his face on it. And
are you sure? That might have been a picture of him.
Oh yeah, no. The Tiger King may have actually been him because I haven't seen him in a while. I'm pretty sure he's been in Oklahoma lately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, being a crazy dude.
I know. So what happened was my friend Justin, Zach, and James all photoshopped their heads onto the Tiger King and his two best mates. His two husbands. Picture, so it's like that three-way picture of all of them together, and it's freaking hilarious, man. Like Justin and Zach were freaking they photoshopped their heads on there so terribly perfect. It was just greatness. But anyway, let's go to. Wait, what were we even talking about? Like, weren't we talking about something not working right, or? Were we? Did we say something about that?
Yeah, some of the problems from last week were.
The camera, right?
Yeah. Well, my camera phone was changing its exposure a good bit.
Okay.
And my mic was buzzing a little bit. I heard some hiss from it. So we went to the Warm Audio WA47 Junior. So we'll probably add that to the title. We talked about that and showed it on the stream.
Yeah, for sure. We actually tested it with Punchfuck 8.
Yeah. It's a warm audio punch fuck.
Right.
Specific.
Right. And why not? It's only $30. You may as well punch fuck your microphone.
Yeah. It's warm, so now it's pimp fisted warm audio.
So you guys make sure you basically get one of those. I mean, why not? The Lume Cubes, how much were those? I mean,
they're a lot more than what I paid for them.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's normal price for them?
I think $300 for the set of two.
$300 for the set of two.
Yeah. But
totally worth it if you are looking to be really if you're trying to travel light, get those action shots out in the field, or if you're trying to get those fill lights.
Yeah, you can have two fill lights, one on a stand, one on your camera, controlled with your phone via Bluetooth, and with filters that are built in magnetically sticking to the thing. So
yeah.
That works out pretty good, man.
It's pretty cool. You know what these would be really good for? Like a lot of Twitch streamers and YouTubers like set up lights like behind them on shelves and stuff.
Right.
Like if you put them in there, you could put the filter on different things and then shoot light in different shelving parts. Give yourself depth. you know?
Yeah, that's what they're after with that.
I mean, that's all you want in your artistic shot is depth, you guys. We're going real deep here. IXI is today, right?
Yeah, man, this is deep. We're
like
fully,
White.
yeah, we're going deep, baby, really deep. Yeah.
Okay, so Punch Fist 8, good. Lume Cube is good for porn because then you can do up under donkey punch.
Yeah, that's right. It goes with Punch Fist, perfect.
It goes Punch Fist, okay?
See, and you can headbutt it with your headphones like that, like I do.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, I think we should end the stream there. We're
crossing the streams.
We are crossing
Don't cross the streams.
It's always an inception here at IXI.
Yeah, they got to see themselves on this for a part of the broadcast. See, because it is an inception. Because the bottom left quadrant has all 4 of the quadrant in it again there on the screen.
Right.
So you know they can see inside the ocean.
You know what's gonna be fun is in the future when we get the A10 Mini, either the Mini or the Mini Pro.
Yeah.
And then we're feeding that into the Sling Studio.
To one of these 4 holes.
To one of the 4 holes.
And then we can switch from that.
And then we can switch from that around. We're going to be like inceptioning the crap out of ourselves, right?
Yeah, we're going back to the future.
We're going further down the hole, people.
Yeah.
I mean, follow the white rabbit. Go, just keep going.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to be Doc Brown. You're going to be Marty McFly.
Right. I mean, Sling Studio is what makes time travel possible.
Yeah.
But the A10 Mini Pro is going to make it. We can go to what, 1885?
Yeah, man. This one goes to 11.
This is the next phase, you know, and we're gonna be getting some more technology and whatnot. We have lots of technology to talk about anyway.
Yeah, we're aliens, so the technology that we use is a little different than what you Earthlings have, but we'll explain it to you gradually so that it's not so jarring to you.
Eventually, we're going to get the studio lifted up on rockets to where we can just fly to you guys.
Yeah, it'll be a space studio.
Yeah, but for right now, we're just kind of like flying through the interwebs, you know, like.
Yeah, like infinity times infinity. Is it real? Is it not real?
Is it?
Does it go around in a circle or around in a circle again? Right. Or is the circle forever?
Time to run through the studio.
Time travel. Time travel.
Time traveling. High five. High five. Shh. All right. Thanks for coming. IXI. Peace out. We will see you next time. Sometimes we don't do. I mean, we're just gonna be streaming as much as we can. You know, if we don't do Saturday, we'll do Sunday, right? Or
yeah, like, we might do Monday. You know,
we might fucking do Monday. All right. So. We're just gonna have to find our pockets to stream in. Okay.
Yeah, and we might still keep our Saturday night every once in a while.
Yeah. So just freaking come along. You know, follow us. You'll see a notification whenever we stream. And peace. Later.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.